Hello, my single solitary viewer, and welcome back to the Club House SMP. This is episode 3, and last episode, you saw me start on this thing, at least the part below, the warehouse, and of course, in the first episode, you saw me add these farms, or at least some of them. I did add some vineyards. They're actually sweet berry farms, but I think they're vineyards, and sometimes I log onto the server and play just a short amount of time, and I don't have a whole lot of time to do stuff, but I decided when these times did happen, I decided to include some small structures in here to accompany the farms where the villagers would do things. There's going to be more, but I just add a tiny bit at a time, just a little thing here and there when I can, when I have a little bit of time. I have to remember that I have the villager trapped in here. Yeah, he's still alive. He changes clothes from time to time, but he's alive. I think he's now a jungle villager. He wasn't initially. He was like nondescript. And I have another station here, which with a nice little latticed roof, where you see this structure is meant. You know, there's some things you protect from the rain, but others it's just small protection from the sun, and that kind of deal. I've got just a little bit of storage here, a little bit of crafting. It's not where the farmers around here live, but let's imagine that we have a co-op kind of agricultural system going on here. The villagers or the inhabitants here build a few things. I removed a few trees, not too many. I still want this to feel like a jungle, but sometimes there are some parts where there's just too many trees to feel like it's a civilized area, right? It's difficult. You can't, like, if there are too many trees, you can't really grow that much stuff. So I'm gonna have to slowly choose which trees I'm gonna be keeping and not keeping, but that's the decision I take as I build. Now over here, I've started the outline of what I think will be the bridge, a bridge to go from one side of the other to the cliff. It has a shape. This is basically the peninsula of the cliff around here, and that it's going to allow me to go from place to place. I also have a plan potentially for another bridge here. I don't know if it ever happens, because I don't know if I'm going to have something over there. I need, you know, there needs to be something there to go to, otherwise your bridges, well, you know, sometimes it's just to leave. Sometimes you have a bridge and its sole purpose in life is to let you leave. I finally built the other floors of this structure, and I had a real hard time with the roof, so much so that I had to stop recording. But first, let's take a look at how this part got built. So what we're building here, really, is a kind of temple, and I don't have, like, it's not based on any specific civilization, it's not based necessarily on the Maya or the Khmer, you know, neither Mesoamerican or Indonesian, but I do want it to make some kind of sense. Now, we'll get to it. There's one part that doesn't really make any logical sense, but, you know, in Minecraft, blocks float. So I don't have to make 100% amount of sense, so long as most of it does. So these temples in those areas would normally be built a little bit like either pyramids or layer cakes that would have a general pyramid shape, but like there's a bottom layer that is very sturdy and a slightly smaller middle layer, and then a top layer that is going to be the smallest one, but just to make sure that it's all going to be sturdy, because they couldn't, like, build a house of cards with the technology of the time, of course. They had limited masonry, somewhat limited woodworking, nothing like the technology we have today, so they would probably be limited in their options in terms of, like, massive, spectacular engineering, right? So when it comes to the final level of the roof is the part probably that doesn't make quite as much sense, because we've got a jungle area. It means it rains a lot, but I wanted a roof that, well, wouldn't normally actually protect from the rain. I wanted a place that would feel more like a vacation home, maybe, like a latticed roof, like you're in the garden, that gives you a little bit of shade from the harsh summer sun, or the harsh tropical sun, or equatorial sun, perhaps in this case, but would let the breeze through, because this would be a really humid, really hot area, and you just need that breeze to live, because there ain't no AC units around here. And of course that doesn't protect from the rain, but I do feel like the look of having that final level be more like, evokes more of a vacation home. I think I like it. So, I mean, it's still fairly, protective, but mostly from the sun and the heat, not the rain. Now that I've added the other floors, that doesn't work from when I started. So it's really useful to have this staircase right here and go down, but, ultimately, it's really in the way. It's in the way. This doesn't work. If I want this to work like a real house, and maybe give me a better shot at having enchantment somewhere, maybe I need this gone. I need this to be gone. Gone, baby, gone. And I need this staircase to be gone. So the first step is I need to figure out a way where I want easy access to the warehouse directly from the ground below, and there's one place that's going to give me this, and I think I'm going to just transform this right here and on the other side into my access points. That's where we're going in. Let me... okay. I don't know, but I just wanted more room. So here are the doors. They're gonna go here. Yeah. Maybe I should have it more like the other side, like this. Yeah. Okay, I'm figuring things out here as we go. These two blocks right here, still doorway territory. So let's have this one be andesite. Let's have this one be andesite as well. What do you know? I have a lot of stuff here that I don't need to be carrying. So what I want is automatic doors down here. Oh, that gives me 3 doors? Okay. Alright. And Flishko returns. What I want is the pressure plate to be right here. So this needs to be there, right? Okay. Same thing on the other end. Like that. Now, obviously, I can't go in quite immediately. But I want to remove this staircase, fill in the floor, and put the staircase actually below the other one. Let's first dig our stair hole. And this should give us plenty enough space. And probably right here, railings. So that idiots like, I don't know, Flouzemaker don't immediately jump straight down into the place. That's just a temporary block, of course. I don't have, okay. I don't have jungle logs on me, but thankfully, they're so close by in this chesticle. It's as if they were, like, easily at my reach. And I could, like, grab some at any point. Welcome, Terra. Okay. Let's put the stairs here. It's weird, like, sometimes where, you're... Because the idea to change the location of the staircase I got while I was washing dishes. And as I was doing that, I was just thinking about my base and how... I mean, I wasn't even thinking about my base, not deliberately. It just so happened, where I was like, you know what? Would be better if the better use of the space if I put my staircase here. And it just happens to be the case. There's a little bit of a forehead bump right here, where I bump my forehead, and just lose 3... You know what? There isn't even... I could actually just replace that. Remove that entirely. And it fits like the rest. Huh. Okay. I'll do that. So now this staircase is filled in. We no longer need this one. Looks like I'm gonna have a couple... I'm so cheap with my blocks. just every area that didn't have a block on it, Flouzemaker needed to have this, like this, and like this. Okay. One stick. All that for one stick. I actually can remove my iron door. There you go. I have the stone. Let me craft 2 of these. And even though I need more, honestly. And let's head on outside real quick. And put these there. It was really worth having a block of andesite down there. And here. Just so I could have like pure stone right on top of it. Just great. Okay. Here should be... It should be all planks up there. And these actually should... Whoops, I shouldn't fill them in like that. There you go. Alright, so those will get filled in. We're gonna have one of these there. And they're actually gonna be both andesite. And I need my fences. Where, did I not... Did I put them in the wrong chest? Yes, I did. So all I needed is a little bit of dark oak. Dark oak planks. Do I not have sticks? When I don't have sticks, it's time to take the birch out and transform birch into sticks. That's what birch is best used for. Sticks, ladders, chests. You know. That's really the optimal use for birch. Alright. That's there. And of course, no need upstairs. Let's have a quick sleep. So I like that I can see the sky and the moon pass by as I sleep. Though that might not be the final location of the bed. If it is, I should probably put stuff like this right there. Now, we get into this base through the big staircase. We can go up through here. Nice. And if I want to go to the warehouse, I go down here. And if I want to go to the warehouse and I want the doors to open for me automatically, this does not look bueno. So perhaps the key to the whole fine is to actually have my smooth stone right here. Add another block of smooth stone this way, like this, like so. Could even add these side stairs like this, maybe? Maybe not. Stairs don't need to happen everywhere. But I can put these there so that way when I place the doors, I could easily go out. Well, easily. As you saw, it was already a challenge for me. Now, obviously, that means zombies and stuff can come in when they so choose, so this area is definitely not the place to host my villagers. I'm gonna have to put my villagers somewhere else, obviously. And perhaps that's what I should work on next episode. Maybe something on the other side of that bridge. So maybe jump in for a live stream with the bridge at some point. Who knows? While I'm here, let's get the enchantment station going. Let's get that done. So I want an area that's going to be sufficiently large, and right here looks like it's going to be the place to be. But I don't want it to be in the way, so it's going to be one level lower than where we are now. So we're going to take this and we're just going to put it lower in the ground than we already are. Right, this is the area, the area I need. Yeah. There we go. And that's going to give me all the room I need. I don't know why I did this, though. That's not what I need to do. All of this, almost all of this, is going to be... almost all of this is going to be stairs and stuff. And these andesite stairs are appropriate. Maybe not this one. Maybe this one can be that. There you go. Because over here is going to be bookshelves. But around the enchantment table is our area where we need to replace all this stuff. There you go. And don't that look nice? Don't all applaud at once, please. Thank you. We're gonna use the block of andesite. We're gonna have some stone. And the one brick. Where's the brick? Oh no, there's a couple bricks. Okay, doesn't matter. It's all good. Fill that in. Let me get my bookshelves. Where did I put the bookshelves? Did I put it in with the Burks? Oh, I'm gonna have to look everywhere. Maybe with the job blocks? Yes, there you go. My enchantment setup. Where there it is. So we can have this back. And we're gonna have our bookshelves. Now there's the last two that I'm not sure where I want to put. I'm thinking here and here. And these are my aquariums. I prefer having those as aquariums than furnaces, though I suppose maybe the smartest thing would be to have furnaces instead of aquariums. I could have aquariums elsewhere. I'm thinking, you know, I'm using my brain, thinking aloud. I don't know which one is best. Maybe you tell me. Should I put my furnaces there and just be practical? Because all my gear is around here, so I'm gonna want the furnaces nearby. I could put some furnaces behind the staircase. So it's not as if there was nowhere I could put furnaces. So should I keep aquariums and put furnaces behind the staircase? Or should these be areas for furnaces? And the aquarium, we can make a dedicated building for that if we wanted. Right. Because what happens is, aside from needing an anvil, you generally need, like, storage stuff for your enchantments. And, yeah, you know, where you want to put your lapis and a few enchanted Burks. I do have lots of Burks of magic over here, and I'm thinking this section and stuff is probably going to be a lot of enchanted items. Perhaps same goes in this area. But you still need like a couple places to store some diamonds and a few things like that when you want to enchant. But otherwise, I got my 30 levels. I'm all good. And things is looking good here. I don't think I hate it. There's this little weird part, of course, where the top of the we got some white dye. We're gonna grab some ink sacks. So we're gonna have some gray dye, but what I want is light gray dye, right? Is it light gray or gray that I want my wool? Let's try... No, that's dark. That's way too dark. Okay, so I do want it to be light gray. Alright, so let's make some light gray wool. Make some carpentry with that and see how that looks. Right, it's good. It's a lot more subtle. It's a lot more discreet. So I think we can have a little bit of that. I rarely use carpets, but sometimes it just is really apropos. There's just no other way to put it. If it fits, it sits, and in this case, it's definitely sitting over there. Alright. It's a little weird to have these carpets. I'm gonna put a couple more carpets just for the... somewhere around here, and the reason is just simply to have this look less weird. because there's, oh, you can see the little rim of the carpets, but if you get a pattern, it's probably gonna smooth things out a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that looks, they look like tiles, right? Maybe this one will have to go if I put my furnaces here. Let's try a quick furnace setup as I can with just the bare necessities. But I can put the smokers like this, and the blast furnace I'll probably want next to the iron. And that looks weird because I missed. There you go. And for now, I just put it like this, and it's gonna look okay. But when I need more, I'm gonna have room for more. Let's split all that around, and it'll be ready for some heavy duty smelting. Fantastic. Okay. I'm glad. Sometimes I get an idea, which is strange because I usually never get ideas. I do get ideas above my station, but that's it. That's the only kind of ideas I get. So I'm gonna have to work obviously on the path. I'm gonna have the paths that go here and here and here, so this is not gonna be quite this green. And there's gonna be some changes. There's probably gonna be one building around here. It's gonna be a somewhat small building for stables. The one waterfall that I terraformed over there, that one we can see, and so I'm gonna have to work on improving it. But first I wanna, when I finish my agricultural zone around this area, and I'm thinking this part here might have one or two houses for the farmers, because they do have to live somewhere. And they would then, so I'd have probably one more farm of something, beetroot perhaps, and the farmers' houses, maybe one on each side of the river. That might make sense, so that I'd have a little, and I say river, it's just this thing. Maybe that might make more sense. Yeah. Well, this area is already pretty, I just need to move this guy. Yeah. So that's kind of how I'm planning things. You can tell that I'm basically making things up as I go. I don't really have a true plan, but once you add one thing, logic dictates that you have another thing that you add. You know, so if you have fields like these, there's farmers, and these farmers have workstations, if you will, like these, but they must also live somewhere, right? So these all make a list of logical things that you need to add to your big build, to your village. If they need to go somewhere, they have to go to make a bridge, and you know, maybe they trade their goods that they farm. They need to trade those at a market, and then you keep adding and adding a new thing, and that's how it all goes. I mean, of course, you could make a base where it's purely based on what you need, like your enchantment station and stuff. But if you want to make, I think, a truly fun base in Minecraft that goes beyond your mere needs of just an enchantment station and a warehouse and a farm or two, well, I think that's what you need to do. And I want to head up to the roof again, because I realize that I briefly mentioned the roof, but do you see this grindstone that is used repeatedly around the roof? I was having such problems building this dumb roof that I made Ancient Bunny travel 3,000 blocks all the way over to the jungle so that she could chime in on what her thoughts might be. And at the time there was a rather boring roof, and the only thing she pointed out is that the grindstones really do work well with the andesite, the polished andesite. I mean, they look like tiny blocks of andesite, and they also, not only that, but they also work superbly with the spruce and dark oak logs, which I was already using in the build. So pointing that out made it very easy to add grindstones into the build right here and make those an element of the roof. And there's such an important element of the roof, in fact, that I might add more. Actually, I want to add one more right here, that's for sure. Okay, that was a hassle and a half. Don't worry about me. Okay, I got 2 more grindstones, which is what I wanted, just because I need to remove that, and then put that like that, and then, hey, okay, whew. And there you go. That looks already, I think, a little more interesting. I think I needed to make yet another. No, that's not through, because if I look at this side, yeah. If I look at this side, that's what it tells me. So I want to put like that, but I want to test something else right here. Before I put that, I want to check if I have in my iron chest. No, I don't. Okay. So I wanted to check in my iron chest if I had iron fences. And I wish there was a way to make less than 16. Maybe I have an alternate recipe with nuggets or something? I don't know. Okay, there you go. And then... so now it falls a little lower. So I can have that model on this side. Or this model. And I think I prefer how it looks with this. There you go. It just falls lower. It's a little more harmonious. All right. Slowly over the days and weeks and stuff, I make small changes, small improvements, because your build is never truly finished. You think it might be, but you know, you come around, you walk, and you think, you know, that part looks a little weird. I could rework that part. And you know, that means because it's Minecraft and every block you place, you can mine, pick it up and place it differently or replace it with another. Your build is never truly done. Your work can always be improved upon, or, you know, made worse by fiddling too much. But that's about it. I want to thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of the Cube SMP Live, the Club House SMP. And, of course, if you want to join the Club House SMP, actually you can. You just have to become a patron of myself or Stan Stone, and the information for that is in the description down below, because this video is brought to you by the Flouz crew. Thank you very much for the Flouz crew for making everything possible, because we got some big servers, not only just the SMP server, but the UHC servers for the Clubhouse UHCs, and all of that is made possible thanks to the contribution of the patrons who, and that makes me able to afford big servers to have everyone be able to play on. You know, that's how you can get some bigger things done. You have a collective and everyone chips in, and then you get big things. You get big things. Hopefully we keep on improving the server. We're gonna try to go to the end in the mining world in about a dozen days, I would say. Not this weekend, but next weekend. No official date quite yet, but yeah, keep an eye out for that, because we're going to start to have shulkers. And then, of course, keep an eye out for the switch to 1.16. That's after we have bungee cord and paper spigots 1.16. Once we do have both of those, we'll be able to switch the server to 1.16 and have all the new blocks and the new little things that 1.16 is going to be bringing in, and I'm very excited about that. So, without further babbling on, which I do a lot of, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Sponsored by the Flouz crew on Patreon.